El Presidente has returned to Twitter. Twitter restores Dave Portnoy's account following massive backlash. Portnoy responds. Let's see what his response was. Twitter restored the account of Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy. Twitter restored the account of Barstool Sports founder David Portnoy on Friday evening after the far-left social media platform faced instant widespread backlash for banning him. Portnoy's handle, Stool Presidente, which had 2.5 million Twitter followers, was shut down with an account suspended message, Fox News reported. Hashtag Free Dave Portnoy began dominating social media as it was unclear what led to his suspension. Portnoy told the network immediately following the ban, "The will of the people will be heard. Hashtag Free Portnoy." Portnoy said he did not know why he had been banned. Think about that. Think about that. This is not just some little thing. People being suspended from Twitter. In light of what Jack Dorsey, CEO and co-founder of Twitter, has said about social media, being suspended from it without even knowing why is a pretty serious breach of human rights. Because Jack Dorsey has defined social media and access to social media as a human right. However, he thinks he can deprive you of your human rights without even so much as a trial. You see, in society, we have these things called laws. And when you break those laws, there's a trial. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to face your accuser. And it is the job of the government to prove that you are guilty. You don't have to prove you're innocent, but they have to prove that you are guilty. That's due process. That's the way that the law works. And if you're found guilty, you can be deprived of certain rights. You can be deprived of your right to liberty. You can be deprived of, at least historically, of your right to life. The government and society in general has a process by which those rights can be taken away from you if your crimes are egregious. But by defining everything as a human right, including social media, these leftists open themselves up to some interesting conversations. If Twitter is a human right, then to deprive someone of that human right requires due process. Otherwise, you're committing human rights abuses. Oh, it's a private company. But these people don't see it that way. They see it as a human right. They see your access to certain private companies as a human right. When Bernie Sanders says healthcare is a human right, they're saying you have a human right to access to healthcare, to someone else's labor. They're the ones defining these things. They're the ones that started down this road when they started defining everything as human rights. If Twitter is a human right, then to remove Dave Portnoy without a trial and not even to tell him what the accusation is just as heinous as anything that happened in 1930s Germany, in the Soviet Union, and in modern day China, where people are disappeared. They don't even get a trial. They don't even get charges laid against them. They just go to jail forever. They're gone. Their human rights deprived. They have no liberty. They have no access to that right, that foundational right that Jack Dorsey says is a human right, access to social media. He's an idiot for saying it. But it shows that they are totalitarians. If given power, they will gain more power and take away more rights from people. They will deprive people of liberty. And maybe, someday, even life.
Explosion! Fly Fox!